Nice, Kim Flores. I'm here at South Llano State Park in Texas. There's a reason why we're here, but to kind of go into the nuts and bolts of why this whole trip is necessary. Me and my husband, we had a discussion the other day about what were we going to do with everything that we have in our home state, which happens to be California right now. And just the climate, the economic climate and everything that's going on all over all over the world. We just been thinking about this. He's really getting up there in years. That's long story short, 30 years ago, that didn't seem to make a difference, because he's considerably older than I am, and now it's actually catching up to us. I've got things that I want to do, but things he can't get around to doing, and not only that, he's got the Alzheimer's thing going, which is. It's extremely frustrating, kind of reminds me of a story, Let me tell you about a guy. There was this guy that he was born in the 20s, okay, and he was number 6 of 6 kids. His dad, used to his dad was a train engineer, and that was one of the big money making type of jobs back then, Mom was just, one of those stay-at-home, take care of the kids kind of thing, But anyway, he was number 6, and the thing is, he probably would have been 6 of more if his dad hadn't have gotten pneumonia. And back then, you get pneumonia, you're pretty near a goner, So when he was 5, his dad caught pneumonia, just being out in the weather, being a train guy, and Mom didn't know a thing about what to do with anything, So this is actually a story about girl power too, because what she did after that, she, like I said, she didn't know anything about the economics of keeping a house, and just taking care of the house. In other words, back then that was a normal deal, But when Dad died, here she was with 6 kids to feed. No source of income, so she did what she could do. Her boys, she had 3 boys, 3 girls, and, it was one of those things where the girls took care of the boys while she was working, 2, maybe 3 jobs, just to keep, above, water, and pretty soon, she couldn't take care of the property either. So she ended up moving on, staying with some family. And at that time, she actually kind of, I don't want to sum it up in a word, farm out the kids, to other relatives so that, she could, kind of get caught up, and that. Can you imagine being in that family and having to, being mom, being the mother, and having to, split up your family because, you just couldn't do it. But anyway, the thing is, she lost the house. She got, either swindled or who knows what, and she didn't see it coming because she wasn't, she didn't have any training in that respect. So anyway, so the kids grew up. She did what she could, to keep the family together, and there was a time where some of the relatives wanted to actually take the kids permanently, and she's nothing doing. No, you are not. My dogs aren't kids or aren't dogs. My kids aren't dogs, is what she said. That you can just take what you want. So she did what she could. She 2 and 3 jobs just to keep the family unit together. She moved on to other states. Other cities. Like I said, she lost the property, and that's kind of a sad story too. But the thing is, the kids grew up, and all 3 of the boys at that time, World War II was going on. All 3 of the boys ended up going into the military. So anyway, we're talking about number 6, number 6 kid. He's the third boy, and he went into the Navy. And now this guy here, I got to tell you about this guy here. His job in the Navy was carting the guys from the big ships to the beaches where they were to be unloaded in the slew of all these bombs and explosions and mines and enemy fire, just to turn around and go back to the ship, get another load, and bring another load. And all the time, I mean, he had to keep a head about him, because there he was. He watched his comrades getting out of his little boat onto the and some of them didn't even make it very far, before they got blown up to pieces. To keep your sanity about that was just something else, But anyway, he did his naval stint like that, and the thing is, that made him so much, such a. I have to commend him on that. It just to be able to do that and to come out sane, all those guys. I have to. I take my hat off to you guys. Because if it wasn't for that, I might not even be here, My own dad was in the Navy, as a matter of fact, but he didn't, he was on one of the, the ships himself, but he didn't actually get to see a lot of that, a lot of that, guys getting blown to bits, and it just, that. Anyway, I don't want to get morbid, but the thing is, this guy here, okay. With that mentality, he comes out and he's got this, I'm going to do it or not, I'm going to do it or I'm going to die, So he comes out of the Navy and he goes to work. The first week of the job, his first, out of the Navy, the boss wants to tell him to go do this, that, and the other. And next thing he's doing is he's packing up his toolbox, and he's like, and the boss is going like, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm leaving." He says, "You ain't telling me what to do. I'm happy right here." So the thing is, he ended up doing what he just wanted to do, and he had this air about him that just, it's just one of those things. He can get things done because he had the mindset. Says, "I'm going to do this, and that's the way I'm going to do it." And nobody else is going to tell me otherwise. But long story short, that man now is my husband. And the thing is, like I said, if it wasn't for him, a lot of us probably wouldn't be here in the States like we are, and his mentality, the way he's done things in his whole life. I feel that he needs a good, stable environment right now in his midnight years. So that's the purpose of this whole trip, is to. I'm coming out here to see where I can find a place that's more tranquil. Like this. This is one of those places. This is, the state park here, is really kind of neat, because there's like the rivers here, and the thing is, what I want to find a place for him is something like that, where he can go and let his mind wander as it wants to, because back in our home here in California, it's just stuff is just happening too fast. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And it's just, I feel I owe it. There's a particular place that I want to check out. It's here on the eastern side of Texas. The weather's not a whole bunch bad, but actually he was born in Texas. He was born in San Antonio, so actually we're gonna, it's kind of bringing him back to his roots a little bit, And I myself am, I'm ready for a change myself. So, so that's the purpose of this whole trip, And I hope I've done well by, trying to explain the whole thing, I'm going to be documenting a lot of this stuff, because while I find a place for him that's real comfortable for him, to live out what's left of his life, I love him dearly, and but the thing is, he must decrease and I must increase, because I'm still young. I still got to you know, I still got a life to live, you know. So I'm kind of trying to look for a, you know, a certain medium, you know, in between there, you know. I'm a country girl myself, you know. I had to come through, and I had horses, and I loved horses. I've loved them all my life, but the thing is, I had to give them up back in California. I had to give them up. That's a whole nother story, and that just rips. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's a whole nother story, guys. I mean, it just, I don't want to get into that because I'm going to start tearing up. But anyway, so here we are in Texas. Texas is you know, it's just country to me, you know. So I know it's me coming from Southern California into Texas. You know, I've never been here, but the thing is, it's different, and I feel like I can do this. You know, might settle here in the hill country, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, guys, I'm rambling now. So anyway, the whole purpose of this video was just to let you know about what the whole thing was with this trip from SoCal to, you know, Texas. And what the heck are you doing in the middle of the winter doing that, you know? So that's why I wanted to see what the worst weather could ever be like so that we could, you know, prepare for it. So anyway, guys.